What's going on, everybody? James Hancock here. I'm back to do a reaction video to the latest trailer for The Expanse Season 4 coming December 13th on Amazon. If you're not aware of The Expanse, I think it's one of the coolest sci-fi franchises that I've ever come across. If you see from my right shoulder here, I've got 7 books. Actually, 8 books total. I'm about to start the 7th book, Persepolis Rising. But earlier this year, I read books 5 and 6. And book 5, which is Nemesis Games, was one of the most gripping, tense, exciting, just all around enjoyable science fiction books I've read in years, and I couldn't be more fired up for Season 4. Season 4 is going to be tackling the events of Cibola Burn or Cibola Burn. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce Cibola or Cibola. In any event, that might be my least favorite book in the series, even though I love the series overall, but my hope is that they'll start kind of pulling some ingredients from books 5 and 6 into this new season. But if in recent years you've been frustrated with the direction of Star Wars or Star Trek, I strongly recommend you take a crack at The Expanse, either the books or the show or both. What's killing me is that they're actually showing the first episode for Season 4 at New York Comic Con this weekend, but due to family obligations, I'm unable to attend. So at a bare minimum, I get to watch this trailer and see what it's all about. So in the interest of time, let's go ahead and start this sucker right now.
We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance. The greater our knowledge increases, the greater our ignorance unfolds. For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon and to the planets beyond.
Getting goosebumps already.
And we have vowed that we shall not see it governed by a hostile flag of conquest, but by a banner of freedom.
God, I love Amos. I love the entire cast, but Amos, he's my guy.
And understanding.
Wow.
For science has no conscience of its own. Whether it will become a force for good or ill depends on man. For we do not now know what benefits await us. Its hazards are hostile to us all.
That's so badass. Fighting in and out of the ring. Cool shot of Naomi. I think that might be the first time she's ever actually going to go onto a planetary surface of any kind, because obviously she grew up in the belt.
Of all mankind.
In the book, due to her fragile bones, due to having grown up in the belt, she never even goes down to the planet. So that obviously will be a slight change from the narrative of the book. Or if she does go down to the planet, it's very brief, because if you've read the 4th book in the series, you know that she has a very different arc from the events on the planet. I don't want to spoil what goes down on the planet, but it is a really gripping, exciting story. The only reason I say it's my least favorite is that it feels like it has, at least so far, the least relevance to the rest of the story overall in the other books that I've read in the series. It's insanely, I mean, the whole series is fantastic. I love the characters. I love the world. I particularly like, it's not even world building. I like the universe building that these two authors have cooked up. Oh, and also James S.A. Corey, that is a pseudonym or a pen name. It's actually 2 authors working on these books. But they also work, I believe, at a bare minimum as producers on the show, and I think occasionally lend their hand to the writing efforts. I might be wrong on that, but they at least have given the show their stamp of approval. And while in previous seasons the show has had to kind of scale back on certain sequences that I would have liked to have seen due to budgetary constraints, I totally understand. The big book for me, Caliban's War, that really suffered over at Sci-Fi. Not that they didn't do a good job, but like 2 of the major scenes that I wanted to see adapted, they just couldn't even do, because it would have just cost far too much money for a TV show. But now they got that Amazon money, and I don't know how much money, I don't know if Amazon has increased the budgets or not, but I know that Jeff Bezos really wants to have a Game of Thrones level phenomenon over at Amazon Prime. And I don't know if The Expanse will ever be that, but I've never met someone yet who's either read or watched The Expanse who hasn't at a bare minimum gotten kind of addicted. And then there are, of course, people like me and like a lot of other people who are just totally obsessed. So if you are tired of legacy franchises and not seeing anything new or exciting, I strongly recommend that between now and December, you get up to speed on The Expanse, because it is unique to the 21st century. It's a completely original creation. And I think they've been putting their best foot forward every step of the way. In any event, I actually have to go meet some family for lunch. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But if you want to talk more about The Expanse, the books, the show, whatever, hunt me down on Twitter at Colbrax, or let me know what you think of the trailer down below. But man, the use of JFK's voice over the trailer was such a perfect creative choice on their part, and it gave me chills. Love all those no dialogue. It's just stunning visuals, beautiful special effects, great characters, and emotionally seems like they really are striking the proper tone. I couldn't be more excited. I don't know if they're going to release it all at once, like to binge, or one episode at a time. I don't know about y'all, but I actually prefer shows when I get to watch them one episode at a time. It almost feels like work when they drop a show all at once to be consumed. But I don't know I never quite know if I'm in the minority and not liking to binge or not. But it's in Amazon's hands, so we'll see what they do. But if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like, all that good stuff. But hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. But more importantly, as always, onwards and upwards.